good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday classes. It promises to be another exciting and informative session. I want to thank God on behalf of everyone, thanking God on behalf of you and your family and your loved ones for the privilege of health, for the privilege of life, and for the privilege of strength that you have to do all that you are able to do. I want to thank God on your behalf. So, for the purpose of those that are just joining us, this is Tabitha Health and Wellness Forum. It's a forum where we all come together as women to encourage ourselves, to learn, to also uh, see how we can encourage one another to improve our health so that we can fulfill our God given purpose in health. Um, Let me give this as a disclaimer that we do not diagnose any kind of diseases here. That's not what we are here for. But we give information, education, uh, so that we can be empowered to do things and to eat and live lifestyle that can help us to keep strong, maintain the body that God has given to us. So, on this note, if you have any particular health challenge, I want to encourage you to seek the advice and consult your medical practitioner or your physician. Um, and I trust God that your health will experience a greater turnaround as you embark on the journey of healthy lifestyle that God has given to you. So tonight we've decided to talk about three very important fruits that we eat. I believe that about 80 or 90% of people on this platform must have come across these particular fruits. That's date, grapes, and lemon. Okay, lemon is something that we all do, but let's just look at more things that lemon, dates can do for us. So I'll start with date for tonight. Date is an amazing fruit. I'm sure that the very quickest way to describe dates to anyone is that fruit, that sweet fruit that we all add to tiger nut. For those of us that are listening to me here in Nigeria, you have all those in this diaspora. I'm sure that you must have come across date. Another way to describe date or to describe it to you is it's also very common among the northerner, among the Muslims. It's common among the I think Arabians, the Arabs. Is also common among them. Is that fruit that you find malams tie in that small nylon that they carry along. So it's oval in shape or so, brownish in color. It could be brown. It could be also be reddish. I feel some dates that are reddish in color. Dates are abundant. They have a lot of nutrients inside of them. Please, when you see dates next time, do not commonize dates. Tonight, we convince you when you hear so much about what I will be talking about date. Okay, so date is not only to be used as you just add it to your or tiger nut or your nuts to sweeten it alone. There are lots of curative properties in dates that you can use them for, and I would like to share some of them tonight. Um, Dates is not only found in amongst the Arabs anymore. We find dates everywhere. Mostly it is common amongst them, and they use it for great and very fantastic thing. They use it for different recipes. But now it's popularly used everywhere, popularly used, all over the world, and we are grateful to God for that. It is it is and it is one fruit that is highly dense. It has high moisture content. So that's why sometimes you have it you have date mostly in dried form. It's dried form. You equally get the fresh one as well, but it's mostly dry form that you will see. The date is also cylindrical in shape. It could be yellowish. It could be uh, reddish as well, like I said, or brown in color. It has is of course the tree ripe fresh dates is very very delicious, very sweet fruit, very sweet. In fact, if you use it as a sweetener, you will almost think that you actually use sugar for your product. So it's very good. And one thing that is common about it is that I don't know if many of us are aware that dates can ferment very, very fast, very, very fast. So that's why you want to preserve it, or you want to keep it in the refrigerator. You want to, when after blending it, because if you soak date in water, for instance, now, you want to maybe make a syrup or something from it. If you soak it in water, in a short time, it will ferment, and then it might not be pleasant again. Um, Another curative property of this is constipation. Can you imagine constipation? Dates is laxative. I talked about the fruits that was laxative last week, and today again we have another laxative. See, so that it means that we do not have any reason to be constipated. God has given us fruits that are good for this particular issue. So date is good for constipation because it's laxative. It is very beneficial in the treatment of this particular issue because of the high roughage content that is present inside. And so it will help any sluggish bowels, and it will help it to know to do its work as fast as possible. Oh, interestingly, it's also good to note that uh, date can be used to mix into anything. So it is very easy for you to get it into your system. You can mix it in your milk, you can mix it as a sweetener for practically everything. You can put it in your tea. So I think it's something that we should also try as much as possible to put into our regimen, so that we can always get it inside of us to serve as something that can wage war against constipation. It is also very important to note that date is very good for weak heart. Weak heart. The heart, that is chamber that keeps us alive, is very good for it. And tell you that honestly, I have noticed that very, very well. Dates are very effective remedy for anyone who has a weak heart. They have weak muscles. When the muscles of the heart are weak, it says that the dates can help tremendously. So when you soak dates overnight in water, you crushed it in the water, in the water that you used to soak it. Maybe by morning, when you soak it, they say you soak it overnight. In the morning, after you remove the seed from it, okay, it should be taken like twice a week, so that for that condition of the heart, so that it can strengthen the heart. Let me say it again. You can soak it in water. Maybe you remove the seed. It's always good if you want to soak date. It's always advisable that you remove the seed. When you remove the seed, you wash it first, then you cut the, or you can cut the inside and take the seed out, then wash it and then soak it. When you soak it the next day, when you wake up in the morning, you can now take the water. You know what you have done? You have tried to extract, by soaking it, try to extract the active ingredient and the minerals inside the thing, inside the date. So when you drink the water in the morning, like 2 times a week, that will help to strengthen this heart. I want to believe that anyone who have a high blood pressure, who have issue with cardiovascular issue or low blood pressure, can please take this to heart. It's very important. I just want to believe that a lot of people are listening to this, because I've seen people ask me questions. How do I take care of this? These are some of the notes that we should be taking down that can help us to address certain things that we face on a daily basis. You see, dates is food that is very high in nutritional value, and there's no content, no contention about that. No one can contend that it's highly nutritious. It provides you with natural sugar in form of glucose and fructose, The sugar is ready for immediate absorption in your body system, and it is therefore um, very superior to cane sugar. Absolutely, very superior to cane sugar. When you lose energy, especially for those people who have low blood sugar, date is something that you can have handy, because a lot of people ask me, sometimes they have experience and they have an attack of low blood sugar, and then they won't have a choice than to quickly take maybe cola drinks and all of that. They look for something quickly. So date is one amazing fruit that you can take along with you, because I it has form of sugar and form of glucose and fructose, which is a very available, which will be very helpful for those in that category. It's usually, it can be taken raw. You can use it with milk. It's, you will get the benefit. And of course, for those of us who know tiger nut, that is what is mixed with tiger nut drink. So some people make it as candy. They do it as candy. They do different things with dates. Amazing dates things with date. Dates have valuable medicine. Okay, they are valuable medicine for the tonic effect, mean that it is easily digestible. You can count on date to be highly digestible, very easy. It hardly cause bloating or any digestion problem. They are very useful for supplying energy. Like I said, very useful in supplying energy to you. If you are weak or feel tired, date is something that you can. I've done that before. That I just now I've been in traffic for a while, and when construction was going on around us, and so I was in traffic for a long period of time. I was the one driving. I was really famished, so I just reach out to um, those guys on the road. I just had to buy some dates or quickly wash them somehow in the car, and I was hitting. That was what I was snacking. I snacked on that particular period, and it was very handy. It was really, in fact, I did remember that I was tired at a point. I didn't remember how I was tired, because it supplied me energy almost immediately. And that's why we said it's very easily digestible and very fast as well. And um, some of the curative properties of a date, this date is as a content, very excellent nutritional content, and that's why it's very good for intestinal disturbances. If you have any intestinal disturbances, date have been shown to be very excellent for that. Though it's sweet, unlike its own like its own partners, that you cannot try it with intestinal issues, but this one can take care of it. It keeps in check the growth of your pathogenic organisms and helps to establish a colony of friendly bacteria in the intestines. Amazing. So we have good bacteria, we have bad bacteria in the intestinal walls, and so if you take date, it says that it can help to improve the colony of organisms that are there that can fight and wage war against infection. Okay, so where are all the ladies? Come and hear this one. Date is very good for sexual activity. Are you really listening to that? That's why when they make tiger nut milk and dates, that is all very good, a very good recipe for that. So they're very beneficial in the treatment of any kind of uh, sexual weakness. Not really. I won't say any kind, but let me just say sexual weakness, because there's so many reasons that can cause sexual weakness. But this is very powerful. Why this link? If you mix it with, I will explain that now. Now, dates can do that. You know why? Because date is very rich in powerful minerals like good selenium, zinc, um, vitamins, numerous minerals and vitamins in them. And when there is sexual weakness, you know that of course there is a loss of these minerals and the nutrient, essential minerals and nutrient, preventing the blood flow of blood circulation that can penetrate through that area, and that can cause sexual weakness. Okay, so when you use dates, it can help. So let me give a recipe for this. Now you can take a handful of dates, you soak it in fresh maybe like milk, tiger nut milk, or if you have goat milk, you can use goat milk as well. You know, goat milk also has the composition and the constituent of breast milk, so that's why we tell you, if you want to take milk, if it's very critical that you want to take milk or give the children milk, I usually advise, if you don't mind, you can use goat milk. Okay, organically produced goat milk. So if you use that, a handful of that, soak it inside your milk. When you soak it inside your milk overnight, then you can now add, in the morning when you bring it out in the morning, you can now have maybe like a pinch of cardamom powder. See, cardamom is very sharp and pungent, and it has a very fantastic smell, but the smell is very strong, so you don't want to use too much of it. Just little cardamom will do great wonder in your recipe. Add little honey inside, and then you mix it together, mix the preparation together, and this, yeah, no, becomes a fantastic drink for great performance and great activity. Okay, you want to try this? Okay, you might want to try this one. It gives stamina, and it helps with stability of this particular issue. Oh, for children, when a child is teething, studies have shown how very powerful dates can be. A small amount of date, okay, a small amount of date can be given to a child for diarrhea and for dysentery. You know, we talked about how it's very good for intestinal disorders. So you can see it's showing up here that it can also be used for that diarrhea and dysentery as well. Oh, okay. So it is very important to know that, but you must also take caution here. Make sure that you select a very good quality of date. Okay, wash the surface area, because the surface of the date always attracts dust a lot and impurities. So please, you must wash it very well, so that you don't begin to eat things that can give you life, and then it will end up giving you something else because of the hygiene process. Please take care of the dates, wash them properly, and then you can make use of them as for that particular issue, diarrhea and dysentery. Then it's another thing that dates can do for you. We talked about because it's high content of nutrition and nutrients, it can help with dysentery. Yes, we talked about the dysentery. Grapes. Let's talk about grapes. Grapes is particularly one of the Asian fruits that are so abundant, and in terms of nutrients, you see, grapes is ancient because grapes is one of the fruits that are mentioned in the Holy Book. You hear it every time. Now God mentioned grapes and grapes and grapes, and we've had it several times in the Bible. It's a popular fruit, and it is known for wonderful things. I want to quickly go into, because we all know grapes, let's go into some of the things that grapes can do for us. Number one is that it's very good for constipation, highly very good in constipation. It has cellulose, it has sugar, and it has the organic acid. And the grape makes a laxative fruit. You know, it's also laxative. So why do we have a lot of constipation issues? There are a lot of constipation. Like tonight, between yesterday, last week, and this week, we have spoken about fruits that are very good for constipation because they have the laxative effect. We've talked about them. We've talked about two today. We talked about date, we talked about grapes as well. They are amazing, amazing, amazing fruits that can do wonders. So I don't see reason why we should be constipated at all. And many of us have this problem of this constipation. So it's very good for constipation. So you eat plenty of fruit, grapes, you eat it, it will help you tremendously. Another thing that grapes can it helps as well is that it helps with dyspepsia. Okay, they are very, 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 very valuable. uh, they are light food, of course, so they help to remove indigestion and irritation in the stomach. Go in a very short time and relieves every form of heat and hotness in the stomach. Sometimes some people just feel this heat sensation, heat waves in the stomach. Grapes is very good for this particular issue. Another thing that grapes is very good for is asthma. Asthma is very becoming very popular, very common, and I think that God has given us a whole lot of things when it comes to asthma. One of them is grapes. Grapes are they're considered very useful in asthma. Okay, in fact, a lot of research has been, especially research done by Dr. Oldfield, we talked about the importance of grapes. Grapes and their juices are beneficial in the treatment of asthma. Okay, he also said that I think the patient can recover early if is kept in the garden of grapes. And you can imagine. So any patients that have asthma or any asthma patient, if kept in the garden of grapes, that the person can recover faster. So even the energy that is released by the grapes says that it can even heal faster, heal the person that have a asthma issue. The heart disease, of course, we can remember we can link this one to what they call red grapes. Like grapes is very good for red grapes is good for the heart. Please, if you want to take your fruits that is good for the heart, please kukuma kuku just eat your grapes. Don't go and take red wine and say because it's for the heart. Don't take red wine and say for the heart. That is not the kind of thing that we are talking about. Please, if you want to take care of your heart, you know the two fruit that we have mentioned. We mentioned dates and we mentioned grapes. So that you can develop amazing recipe from these two fruits that I've mentioned for the heart, strengthening the muscles of the heart, strengthening the heart, that is date, strengthening also helping with the heart as well, that is grapes. So you can find a lot of benefit for these as well. No, it's for any heart disease, grapes is amazing. Um, that is why, you see, there is something that covers the skin, the body of the grapes. That skin part, this called that part, that's a very rich content around that place, which is called resveratrol. Resveratrol has been found to be very helpful for the treatment of so many issues. In fact, very, very highly beneficial also for people who have cancer issues and all of that. They have used the skin part of it because it contains high level of resveratrol. So, and that's one of the ingredients that is very, very unique that helps with the heart issues. So you want to consume or wash your grapes. I know it's very expensive now, yes, but it doesn't matter. 5 or 6 grapes is just good for you to add to the fruit for the day, and you will get the benefit from it. So you can do that for any cardiac, very effective for cardiac pain and palpitation of the heart. For people who have palpitation, they're hearing that now that your grape can help with palpitation, can help with cardiac pain and all of that. It helps uh, controlled by grapes. The disease can be rapidly controlled if the patient adopts an exclusive grape diet for some days. See, this particular aspect statement is very, very important. There are some, I think I mentioned it last week, that there are some issues that are to use mono fruit diet procedure for them. So if somebody have like maybe liver issues, they might say they want to do just liver therapy for that person. The person will be on the liver food itself. So they just put the person on that and then it goes on it for a period. Mono diet system. mono fruit system to it also. That this is one of the mono fruit system that is using grapes for the issue of our heart issues. So if you have any cardio issue, cardiovascular issues, you want to adopt the eating of grapes, okay, which is very beneficial. So you want to say, like some people do, I'm not saying you should go and do it, please. I'm saying that some people do just play, some physicians place some people depending on the need. When you see a fish, you can just say, okay, this particular thing for the period of 3 days, let's do only one mono diet for this person. And you do it, you give the person grapes to address certain issues, and that will be used to stop and resume all that kind of food. So it is very important, and that it can this can help to avert serious consequences by reducing the pain and palpitation. So if you have palpitation, what do you go for? You go for grapes. The next thing that you can have that can also help with is migraine. Migraine is another health benefit of grapes. The juice of ripe grapes is very effective home remedy for migraine. For many people who have migraine here, are you listening? It is said that the juice can help to calm down, to calm the nerves, to calm any issue, okay, that you have around that area. Uh, there's a researcher who found that grapes once stored, the juice of grapes is packed with a lot of nutrient. No, but not the grapes that is bought from the stores. No, I'm talking about the freshly made grapes by yourself. You want to take grapes for the heart? Please make your juice of grapes for yourself at home, okay? Because some of the bought up ones have a lot of sugar content in them, and it can cause a lot of problem. So be careful, be careful, be careful of this. Also, we want to also say that for kidney troubles as well, grapes is another fantastic fruit that is also good for kidney troubles. When you want to give um regimen for people who have kidney issues, we have different category of kidney problems. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, we have stage 4, and we have stage 5. So when people say things like people who have a kidney issues should not take certain things, it's not, you cannot generalize it, okay? Somebody sent me a message when we were having one of the challenge. I think it was onion juice challenge. Somebody sent me a message and said sometimes people carry a lot of things and said, oh, it's on Google and all of that, and they said this. I said, well, I will not disagree or argue with anyone, but I know that whatever information I share with you here, the information that have been researched on and that have been tested and tried. Okay, so one thing might not be good for everybody, of course. So that's why I always give a caveat. If you have any effect on a nasty experience from taking certain things, your body might not be able to assimilate that thing for that time. But that doesn't mean that you cannot take it forever. It may just be after you're passing through, after you pass that particular period of when you were going through some challenges, you will be able to take that thing again. So when you say kidney juice, some people say grapes is not good. No, grapes is very good for people who have kidney issues, kidney troubles. Grapes has exceptional diuretic value of the account, and of its high content of water and potassium salt. So some people say certain people, kidney people, they don't need potassium. Not necessarily. It depends on the stage. When somebody is in stage 4 or 5 uh, kidney issues, then in fact, it is not even the best of food that is good for kidney. The person cannot take too much of it. Even water as well. So it's that bad that if somebody have a kidney issue, you want to check very well with the kind of diet that you will have to prepare. You have to be very, very intentional in preparing their meal plan, because it's not all kinds of food that they can eat at that time. I said it again, even water. You can't give them so much water because the kidney can't filter so much, and it's very the amount of water, there will be so much of accumulation. There's be odema. That's why kidney people, they say they have odema, because the kidney is not regulating the amount of water in the body system. So you equally want to reduce the amount of water that you're pumping into their system as well. So it is also excellent food remedy in acute and chronic nephritis and in kidney and bladder stones. So you can hear that for people who have bladder stones. I've had few people talk to me about the bladder stones. I hope you can hear this now. Aside from the regimen that I've given to you, or advice that I've given to you, this is another one that you can also add to it. If I didn't have this one to read, grapes is another amazing one that you can taste. You can take bladder stone or kidney stones. This is amazing. Then it's also good for liver. For anyone with liver disorders, grapes is also good. Grapes is amazing. The liver, or the hepatic function of the liver, are usually helped and supported by grapes, and they function very well also for the secretion of bile, which also helps in the breakdown of fat. Some people can't break fat down very well because there is a dysfunction, an activity, a dysfunctional activity going on with their bile, with the production of the secretion of bile, and that will be a problem in having to break down fat. They are or they are or there's very they are highly beneficial in the treatment of all liver disease. So any kind of liver disease that you have, you can be sure that grapes is very handy. Grapes is a versatile fruit. Okay, it's a very versatile fruit. Amazing food for children. Grape juice is also excellent for blood bleeding. So if you have any child who have anemia issues, or children with sickle cell anemia issue, please, you want to also give them grapes. I remember I remember somebody I met one day. I know that the woman, I just saw her. She bought a lot of grapes, and I was wondering. So the man mentioned many years ago, and the person mentioned to me that thing she wanted to give to buy. She wanted to buy it for somebody who have anemic issues or something, and so I remember it's very beneficial for anemia, especially in children. So you want to have that. You want to put it in their water bottle, and it's tasty. It has natural sugar content. It's very tasty. Well, it's very good for helping with external sores. When you have sores, grapes is also very good. You can make it a poultice and help with your external sores as well. Of course, there are other things that you can use for sores, but it's saying that poultice of grapes can also be used to relieve to remove toxins from the sore and help it heal very fast. Then people who have alcoholism, grapes are highly beneficial in the treatment of alcoholism. It's very effective remedy for those craving for alcoholic drinks at all times. It also helps to supply uh, the very purest form of alcohol. Grapes should form an exclusive diet in treating the alcoholics. So it's very important. There is something that I know about grapes that I like to share. Grapes spoil very fast. So if you I've made that mistake several times, and I've come to realize now that I know better that I don't buy the grapes and keep. So if I buy my grapes now, I just use it for a period of time. I like to buy grapes and put it inside. Maybe I want to put it inside parfait or inside yogurt or inside something, or just mix it with my fruit salad. So I just keep it there. But now I've learned that grapes, because they don't keep very well. So I just do. I make sure that I quickly heat them fast, and so that they don't get bad, because they're very expensive. Let's look at let's look at lemon. Quickly talk about lemon, because we said we're going to talk about lemon. Now I want to also note that I hope we know the difference between grapefruit and grape. I just spoke about grape, not grapefruits. Grapes are the tiny ones, and grapefruits are the big ones. Those big ones, at the grapefruit. I'm hoping that I'm able to talk about grapefruit maybe another time, because next month is November, and next one is our breast care challenge. I will talk about that after talking about the lemon. Now let's talk about lemon. Lemon. What do you know about lemon? Lemon is fantastic. Lemon is so wonderful. One of the things I will remember lemon for is that it helps to activate the liver enzymes. That's one thing. If I forget everything about ma, I know that about lemon. And again, lemon is also very rich in vitamin C, and it's amazing, amazing. So let's quickly look at what some of the things that lemon can do for us. Oral disease. Lemon can help with oral disease. Fantastic for that. Oral disease, due to the high content of vitamin C in the lemon, is very beneficial for oral disease. It helps to strengthen the gum and the teeth. It's also very effective for preventing and curing acute inflammation of the gum. Yeah, gum, all those issues with the gum. It helps to take care of it, oral disease and all of that. Now, because it can also damage the enamel, so you want to be careful when you are using it, and you want to dilute it with warm water before you go ahead to use it. So don't be afraid to use your lemon. It's very good, but you have to just make sure that you dilute it with water. Then another thing that lemon is good for is throat disorders. It's also very good for throat disorders. Lemon is highly beneficial in the treatment of throat disorders, such as catarrh, choking sensation, itching, sensitivities, and all of that. Just all you need to do, a ripe unpeeled lemon should be, you can roast it a little, and then you can now crack it open, then open it and take a teaspoon of the juice with a little honey. You should just take it every hour, or just take the juice of the roasted honey in a glass of boiled water, and then use it to gargle or flavor it with honey. You can use it to gargle, or you can as well sip it slowly, and then to enjoy it like a drink, um, like a lemonade, and you will be able to get a relief in the throat. Another thing they can also help is to help with burning sores and heals. See, this one, I also had an experience with somebody who used it for this particular issue, a burning sensation. Sometimes some people, some diabetes patient, they have this particular sensation in their toe under their feet. So you have like sore, it feels sore, if, you feel itchy, you feel that kind of sensation. So you can use lemon, even in the hand as well. You can use lemon to rub it because of the vitamin C content. It can help to penetrate into that area, and it can remove toxins from there and restore balance to that particular area. Digestive disorders, of course, lemon is also good. You can use the lemon for that as well. Lemon is also good for fever. Remember, our parents used to use cut lemon in different proportion, put water inside. They also had certain things like all the other ingredients, all the other herbs, and add it to it, and they give it for fever issues and the likes like that. For those who have hemorrhage, lemon is also effective for that, especially when you have protrude or a bleeding one, or even bleeding lungs, stomach, intestines, uterus, kidneys, and other internal organ issues. See, I cannot overemphasize the power of lemon. Lemon is very amazing. In fact, I remember my mentor saying that one of the ways that he loves to take lemon is every morning he just puts it in warm water and then have it inside. I have a lemon mixed juice, prepared lemon mixed juice. I think about two that I have. So I just take that. I take that in the evening, night before I sleep. I just started that particular process recently, or sometimes I just take it in the morning. But I take that particular one at night. You remember our recipe that we did one time, the garlic and the lemon, that I said people they should take it last thing at night. So I started a regimen to just try to do that to take care of my body system. So you can do that. You can use lemon as well. Make sure you dilute your lemon. Please don't take lemon raw, because it is an acidic food, not an acid forming food. So I know, I'm sure you understand, you know the difference between the two now. So that's that on lemon. And I think on this note, a lot of things we can talk about on lemon. It also helps to, and with enlargement of spleen, lemons are valuable in the case of enlargement of spleen. Okay, two lemons just cut into halves and slightly, just slightly, just kick it, eat it with something to make it soft. Okay, after doing that, you can also add a little salt. I prefer you to add Himalaya salt, Himalaya pink salt. Okay, and then once you do that, you just put it in you can just put it inside water, warm water, and then you drink it. It's very valuable for enlargement of skin, enlargement of spleen. Some people have spleen enlargement, and then especially those who have sickle cell anemia, they are sickle cell anemic, they have that one. They have that particular issue regularly, or also people who have malaria regularly. Malaria also can cause the enlargement of spleen, so it's very important that we take care of that. Also good for rheumatic, some afflictions of rheumatism. It's also very important. It's good for obesity as well. You can put it in water, like I said, to activate your liver so that it can help you to digest food easily, and fun, and the liver function will be very appropriate. Very good for cold. It's also good for circulatory disorders. Those who have circulatory disorders is also very beneficial. Our time is fast spent. I think I've been able to say a whole lot about lemon in this particular um, evening. Thank you so much for listening to me on the area of lemon, use of dates, and the use of grapes. On this note, I'd like to also share with us that next month is our breast care challenge, and I'm trusting God that He will do a new thing in our lives and in our health. I want you to remind your friends, talk to your friends about it. That it's going to be a great time. We have a line array of challenge that we're going to do every week or every 2 weeks, and then I look forward to God helping us to be able to do that. I want to believe you're doing, rounding up our 30 days challenge on water challenge. This month is for water challenge. I hope you have done well. I hope you've taken water. If you have not done well, you have another chance in the month of November. Let's embark on that. I'm going to do that because I'm not sure I did very well this month. I think I want to do better, so I'm going to do it again next month, and next month as well. It's going to be, I think it's going to be one of our conference meeting. We are looking forward to having a wonderful guest in our midst to come and encourage and share with us as well. Then we also have a 30 days challenge program for the month of November. If you are yet to fill the form, I want to encourage you to fill the form, and let's go through the journey again and learn to eat healthy, learn over being an accountability group where you are, when you are checked and then you're signed, you say what you're doing, and then we are able to correct your food and guide you through how you should eat for the period of 30 days. It's been an amazing time. People are sharing their testimony. Your testimony also be part of it. I look forward to having you during your rotation. Let's also talk deeply about other things. During your rotation, I share a lot of some recipes and some tips that can help us on the journey of our health. Thank you for listening to me. I look forward to your testimony. God bless you.